Well, thousands of workers across the world are celebrating May Day today, which aims to promote and protect the rights of workers. The focus on a day like this always falls on concerns about the high unemployment rate as well as the minimum wage. But while President Cyril Ramaphosa attends the COSATU May Day rally in the Free State, his ANC deputy, that's Paul Mashatile, is expected to lead Workers' Day events in Tshwane today. eNCA's Moloko Moloto is following that story for us and joining us live to give us more updates. And Moloko, good morning to you, colleague. I mean, hearing from Zwelinzima Vavi earlier on saying at the center of this capitalist system is the workers, much to their detriment. I just wonder some of those concerns that will be tabled today, whether or not there's some answers from both the ANC president and his deputy, Paul Mashatile.
Well, definitely the workers would be expecting to hear the Deputy President of the African National Congress, who will be addressing them here in Atteridgeville at the Sosville Arena to speak to the issues that they are confronted with, be it issues of wage negotiations, but also the conditions of employment. While we are aware, obviously, that there was an agreement between the public sector unions, agreement on the salary increases which they have accepted just a few months back. There obviously continues to be, particularly in the private sector, there continues to be an issue of salaries which the workers are always complaining that they are little. And we have seen last year the president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, receiving a hostile reception when he was addressing the May Day rally in Rustenburg. Earlier when I spoke to Amos Munyela, who is the chairperson of COSATU in Gauteng province, he pointed out that they would really want to, as the workers, give the deputy president of the ANC an opportunity to address them without having to interrupt them. But let's hear from the South African Communist Party. Joyce Moloi Moropa is the national treasurer there. Ma'am, thank you so much for your time as an alliance partner with COSATU and the African National Congress. Why, somebody would ask, is important for the workers to really continue commemorating this from SACP's point of view?
Thank you very much, Moloko Moloto, and our eTV, eNCA viewers. I hope you'll be able to hear me. You can see there is an excitement in terms of the workers coming together to review their progress in terms of the issues that affect the workers. We are here spearheaded by COSATU within the alliance to come and celebrate, evaluate, and look at the program in terms of are we making an impact in terms of the workers' issues. And therefore, today is one of the days where we are definitely going to mark the path that has traveled by COSATU. And the other issue is that we will, of course, look into the issues of unemployment, in the issues that are heavily impacting on workers, like casual workers in majority, which is a pain, including unemployment, which is a big issue.
As SACP, you have always prided yourself as the vanguard of the workers. You are talking of the workers who continue to work on contracts that, you know, they are never absorbed. How are you not winning that particular war as the SACP?
I think part of the policies that have been crafted have a gap that creates a huge problem in the society. If we rely more on the entrepreneurs to contract people, we are subjecting our workers to their voices relinquished. They don't have a bargaining chamber, and this is largely what is happening. We cannot, as a government, rely on entrepreneurs and have an entrepreneurial...
But you are an alliance partner of the governing African National Congress. Why are they not listening to you as the SACP when you raise these issues?
We will, on this 1st of May, working with COSATU and the ANC, raise these issues quite sharply in order to ensure that the ANC is able to listen to what the workers are actually saying. That includes the issue of the bargaining council, which is a sore throat to the workers because it had been reversed and it went to court. We are going to talk about all those issues and we'll sharpen them.
We are going to the elections next year. And you as the SACP, for the longest time, you have always been threatening to contest the elections on your own. You never did, of course, at the national level. What is the approach this time? What are the discussions within the SACP? Is there a final decision as to whether you will be contesting the ANC or you will be contesting along with them?
You might have heard that at the moment we are vested as the alliance with a huge discussion of the reconfiguration of the alliance. We are actually looking into evaluating if that discussion has gone well. Reconfiguration is not a joke. It should happen. It should impact. It actually means it can't be business as usual. If we have reconfigured properly, we can then pave a path of election jointly. But if we are unable to then reconfigure, there's one route for the SSC.
What is this reconfiguration? What is this reconfiguration about? What are the non-negotiables as you want the reconfigured alliance?
Well, the issue of reconfiguration largely means that we cannot work business as usual like in the past. The alliance partners should have a say, should have their individual existence. Remember, we are aspiring for socialism. We need to see socialism being impacted in our country. The poor and the working class should have a voice. With austerity measures, we don't see that. If that is not corrected, we definitely have to pull our people and go to elections as the SACP.
So in other words, are we likely to hear you announcing before next year's elections whether you as the SACP are going to contest as a stand-alone political party, or it's already decided that next year you are contesting with the ANC, supporting the ANC? What is the position?
We are currently just from China, where we had an interaction with the communist parties that are implementing robustly the programs within their countries. We just arrived, and part of what we need to find out, what are our alliance partners, what have they planned, what have they discussed, do we get good feedback? That discussion will determine what is the direction, because the direction is that the impact of the working class and the poor should be felt. Otherwise, without it, then it...
Let's conclude, ma'am. I'm sure you are aware that trade union SATU has approached the court because they are challenging the decision or resolution, they say, of COSATU to support you as the SACP to contest the election, to contest the African National Congress. Do you support that move by SATU, or do you support the move by COSATU?
Issues that happen within COSATU as our alliance partner should be respected to unfold independently. Part of it is that we cannot, as the party say, do this, don't do that. If COSATU is involved in a particular process, we will respect that and actually be briefed by them in terms of the outcome and how we are going to move forward. At this point in time, it's an internal matter that is taking place. We, as the party, will strengthen the left axis because issues of the workers are very key to the party, and we'll continue with that program, working with the unions, working with COSATU.
I thank you, ma'am. Joyce Moloko Moloto, the National Treasurer of the South African Communist Party.
It's Moloko Moloto, definitely hearing there from, of course, the SACP. A very pertinent question around whether or not they will be contesting. It seems there's no definite answer as yet whether they'll be contesting for election, as yet saying that consultation process still ongoing. But colleague will be sure to catch up with you as soon as there are other developments during these May Day celebrations.